Good evening, good evening. Going to give you all a minute to join our stream. And introduce First Alert meteorologist Patrick Pete here. Hopefully you're having a fantastic Wednesday. Before we dive into the forecast, which there are lots of moving parts for, I want to go ahead and do my little wind down segment at the beginning. Those of you that are following me and have known me since I was in Baltimore, on Wednesdays I typically do a wine pairing with the weather. And since the temperatures are dropping tonight, I mean, we were in the 60s earlier today and we've gradually dipped into the 50s and now we're falling into the 40s. The recommendation for the 40s is going to be a nice red wine. And since we were in the 60s this afternoon and it's chilly tonight, we lost all of those degrees in the course of a few hours, so I want something spicy and red. So the recommendation for tonight's weather is going to be a red Zinfandel. A red Zinfandel. Do not do white. It's too chilly tonight. What's going on, Erica from LaGrange? Had to make sure I said that correctly because, you know, my first day, I think I said LaGrange. So LaGrange. What's going on, Erica? Hopefully you're having a great evening. So the recommendation yet again for tonight, because of the cold air, is going to be a nice spicy warm red wine. So my personal favorite is a nice red Zin. If it's a loady red Zin, then you're even in a better situation. So good evening, Janice. Happy Wednesday evening to you too as well. So I don't know if you guys got up early this morning. I'll be very honest, I was asleep. But I knew that rain was moving in this morning, and by the time I went out and did my workout, it was gone. The ground was still soggy. Thankfully, we've seen that pass, and we actually have a nice stretch of dry weather. Erica said that I said that correct. Yep, there we go. Nice dry stretch of weather that is going to dominate the rest of the work week and even into the weekend. But it's going to feel different as you step outside tomorrow. We're going to be looking at, instead of a southwesterly flow, we're going to be looking at a west-northwesterly flow. Northwesterly flow is typically colder, drier air. And because the winds are going to be a little breezy throughout the day, we're talking 10 to roughly 20 miles per hour wind gusts being possible, it is going to feel a little bit cooler than these actual temperatures. So this isn't a first alert day per se, but we do want to let you know, hey, heads up, it's going to be a little bit colder outside tomorrow. Whenever you step out, it's going to be in the upper 30s, mid 30s for some folks, and it's going to feel even colder than that by a few degrees. So you'll want that jacket. I know we needed the raincoats this morning. You'll need to put that aside today or tomorrow and actually grab that nice, that nice moderate jacket. I don't think we need the thicker ones just yet, but something that's going to keep you warm through the day. Temperatures are going to struggle to get into the 40s before lunchtime. I think we'll get there here in Atlanta. Elsewhere across the state, we'll be hovering just shy of it, I believe, and then getting into the mid to upper 40s as we head into the second half of the afternoon. There is a chance of a stray sprinkle through the day tomorrow, but I'm expecting 95% of you to stay dry. So that is good news if you're looking to maybe run some errands outside. Just bundle up. Meanwhile, once we extend out that forecast beyond Thursday, we'll see that we're tracking this system that is setting up for Sunday. And Sunday is our first alert in the forecast. It's our first alert. And that's going to move in, I believe, mainly in the afternoon and evening. Guidance has been trying to pick up on some earlier showers on Sunday. I'll be honest, I don't completely buy it. I think that the prefrontal stuff is mainly just going to be thickening clouds. I think that rain really starts to move in after 12 o'clock. We'll see some spotty showers move through Ellijay and Canton, and then eventually we'll see some of that push a little bit further towards Athens and Gainesville. So some lighter rain Sunday afternoon earlier on, but you can see that darker green that's off to the north and west. That's where the bulk of the moisture is with this system. So that's the rain that I think is going to really kind of agitate us a little bit, making things a bit slippery and damp through the afternoon. Good evening, Valerie from Temple. So here's how that line pushes in, and it's going to move in, I think, roughly between 7 and 9 o'clock. We'll see that start to really thicken up across the region. You can see those darker greens. That's going to indicate deeper moisture, deeper pockets of rain. I'm not expecting any thunder or lightning from this. I know that's always a big question when we have these systems coming in. What's the severe weather risk? Well, I was looking through the parameters with the rest of the team earlier today, and right now there just doesn't look to be a whole lot of lightning embedded with this. It's not a whole lot of cape with this, and because the cloud deck is going to be so thick out in front of it, it's like a lot of the other instability parameters that we're looking at, they're really going to kind of be tapered down by the fact that we're just not going to have be in the most unstable part of this system. So really expecting this to be a mainly rain event And what's been setting up is that most of this moisture has been lining up just to the south of the Atlanta metro. By around 7 a.m. on Monday morning, I do expect most of that energy to be pushing on out. So I wanted to give you guys an update on those rain totals because we've had a lot of rain lately. We picked up about 3/4 of an inch of rain at the airport this morning with that system that pushed through. We picked up around 2 inches across a lot of our state on Sunday. So we're sitting at over 6 inches for the month. And I actually did a little bit of research today, because I'm new here, so I need to deep dive a little bit. So I looked at the last 30 years of data, and some of the wettest Januaries have been roughly around 8 and a tenth, just shy of 8 1/4 inches of rain. So with more rain in the forecast, not only Sunday, but heading into Tuesday, we could see if we get a good soaking on that with that Tuesday system, then that means that we could get very close to having one of the wettest Januaries that we've had in the last 30 years. So I'm going to be eyeing that very closely because it has been soggy since I've been here. I feel like we've had nothing but first alerts because there's just been system after system after system that have brought rain, a little bit of storms, rain, wind, cold. It's been a kind of a crazy month, but you all know that because you've been experiencing it. Here's a look at the rain forecast and what we're talking about for the extreme northern half of our viewing area. I think that those rain totals are going to be a little bit lower. We could see a little bit more than a 1/4 inch of rain. But once you head to points south, that's where it looks like some of that training is looking to set up. So that's where those totals could be roughly a 1/2 inch to an inch. Now keep in mind, we're several days away from this, and you all know how this goes. We have to track this system that hasn't even really matured yet that's going to be moving in. So we could see this shift a couple of miles, and if this shifts 10 miles, that means you can go from having a 1/4 inch to about a 1/2 inch. So we're saying widespread 1/4 inch to about 3/4 of an inch is going to be where most of us land. So good evening. I see we have some new viewers joining us on YouTube. How are you? A lot of times I have to separate that window to see you guys, but hopefully you're having a great evening over there on YouTube. I see the Facebook guys are active as well. So let's get through the rest of this forecast with these rain totals, and that's the end of the first round of rain. Then once we extend out that forecast, we're tracking another first alert Tuesday, and this first alert looks to be a Tuesday, Wednesday event. We could see some of that rain bleed over into the start of your Wednesday morning. There's going to be a little bit more moisture embedded in that system, so I expect us to pick up some decent rain totals from that. And as far as the severity of that, just a little bit too far out for us to be able to dive into those dynamics. Not that you guys want to know all of the bells and whistles, but it just takes a really strong computer, a lot of power to actually deep dive into systems that are that far out. So we'll be able to fine tune that forecast as we typically do the closer we get to that event. But for now, the big takeaway is we're done with rain for the rest of the work week. We're talking about lots of sunshine. It's just the temperatures are going to take a while to recover. Going to be chilly throughout the day and the afternoon tomorrow, starting off in the low to mid 30s, getting into the mid to upper 40s, and then we finally get back towards 50 by Friday. Saturday is going to be the pick of the weekend. If you're looking to make any plans to be out and about on the weekend, Saturday is the day to do that. We'll top out in the mid 50s. We'll see the clouds start to build, and then that next system will bring rain chances as we head into your Sunday, mainly focusing Sunday afternoon and evening before we dry out on Monday and get back into the 60s. But anytime we climb into the 60s this time of year, that means that there's a system on the other side of that, and then that system moves in on Tuesday. So I hope that you all are having a fantastic Wednesday. I'm hungry and I'm trying to plot what I'm gonna eat for dinner. I wanted tacos, but Taco Tuesday is not today. So tacos are out. If y'all want to send me your food recommendations, I'm in the Atlantic Station area. Send me some food recommendations for lunch, dinner, or just some spots to eat. Cause I'm a foodie, I'm from the South, I like good food. But since there's no more questions about the forecast, I think we all know we need jackets tomorrow. I think we all know we're gonna have some sunshine around for the next couple of days. High pressure is gonna be suppressing a lot of those clouds as we head into the afternoon and into your Friday. So that's all a win. And then we all know that another system is bringing rain as we head towards Sunday afternoon. So if we have any plans to maybe go to the movies, if Sunday's maybe that day you normally go to the grocery store, I'd probably change that to Saturday or earlier on Sunday. Otherwise, we're waiting for that rain on Sunday and then again on Tuesday. Y'all have a good day.